And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers, the garbage truck driver, public transportation, train drivers, all the drivers, everybody out there on the road commuting. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yep. We made it through another week, and we are here feeling good, feeling healthy, giving thanks. We're not in nobody's hospital. Nobody is planning our funeral or mourning over our passing. We're still here. We are still here. They're planning people's funerals right now. We're still here. You got another chance to say, it's the freaking weekend, baby. You better go do something with this weekend, okay? You better have some fun. Like Cardi B and Offset in Jamaica right now. I see Cardi B well spread out upon what's that thing called? The very famous waterfall, Duns River Fall. Spread out. Bacchus upon Duns River Fall. Yeah, epic moments. It's so good to see him smiling again and laughing again, considering what just happened. But that shows you, man, that life goes on. When you go, life goes on. Nobody feel like anything is gonna stop because you stop. You cease to exist anymore. Life goes on. Life goes on. How that man said it? He says your wife will start watching her favorite TV shows and specials and series, Netflix series again after a while. She'll start dating again. She'll find some joke funny and she'll start laughing again. And she'll realize, oh my God, I can laugh again. And then she'll go out again. Your children will move on. Rest in peace, dad. Rest in peace, mom. They have their own life to tend to now and all this, right? The world will not stop because you're no longer here, my friend. All right. It was good to see Offset in Jamaica being able to smile because Cardi was saying he went into a depression, a funk after Takeoff passed. And she was trying to find ways to get him out of it, and it was his birthday. And I know they're hosting some big event in Jamaica as well, so to see him out living again. But Jamaica, though, Jamaica is that place where you go to refuel, my friend. Okay, I'm not being biased. I'm a Jamaican. That's why I'm saying, well, maybe I'm being a little bit biased because right now I'm sure a Bahamian is saying Bahamas is the place you go to refuel. A Trini is saying Trinidad is the place you just go to refuel yourself. Well, Jamaica is the place I go to refuel. And it was good to see him there soaking up that spirit. We're the kind of people that say take serious thing make joke. Yes. And we're the kind of people that say life must go on, right? One monkey don't stop no show kind of thing. Live and live and live to the fullest and appreciate life and enjoy life. That's it. So we don't have no more lockdown. We don't have no more none of these things. So party busting in Jamaica till morning light again. People are able to party under the stars again. The stars from overseas are able to fly in again and see the jerk drum them outside and the soup man outside. And they know what it feel like now to learn some of the new dances and get some food fresh off of the. Them not have them things there, no. They don't have that kind of vibes. Well, where there are Caribbean communities, they might in the US. See, I like a jerk man on a Fort Lauderdale outside of the club and these kind of things, but it's nothing like experiencing that. See? Wish I was there now, Dorothy T says. Yes, I wish I was there right now too. Wish I was there right now too. Anytime I'm feeling drained and I'm feeling like, yo, anytime I start wake up on, yeah, it's time to book a ticket and go soak up. Yeah, go soak up some energy and appreciate too. Because some of us forget like where we're coming from, we forget where we come from. And we've been living okay where we're at for such a long time now, but we're drained out. and we forget like the simpler things in life. And it's good to go re-immerse yourself in those simpler things in life and see life for what it really is, and the beauty of life for what it really is. That's what I love about Jamaica. You can always see life for what it really is. You see a man who don't have much, but him happier than you, way happier than you, and he's going along. Yeah, he's going along life. He's eating better than you too, and him broke. As far as you have more money than him, you can count US dollars and British pounds and all this. Him can't count that much, but him can show you yam and dasheen and banana, breadfruit, see cocoa them there, and these kind of things, you know. So it's good to just re-immerse yourself in real life and what really matters: your health and your healthy mental state. That's what really matters first. Everything else is just an add-on and a plus. Let me say it one more time: your health, physical body health, and your healthy mental state. That's what matters the most. Not true? All right. Jane Anders says, yes, me and my daughter Earth Strong Sunday, taking me and my family to the Caribbean for the season. Well, Jane Ander, when it comes, enjoy that. And I hope you live to see many, many more happy, healthy ones. Anybody checked on Jet Shelley lately? I don't know. I haven't been in the chat room. She's usually in the chat room. I haven't been in the chat room, but I know some of you in here have gotten to know her, like, you know, reach out and talk on these things. I hope she's doing well. Jet Shelley is one sister that's always here with us. I haven't seen her in a while. I have posted the GoFundMe to help with her situation. And, you know, I'm hoping that people are actually doing that and not just saying. She's having a bad morning today. Seymour says she's not too good today, Marilyn Grant. Oh, man. Well, from here, we're sending well wishes, right? And that's the most we can do from here. Send out some good vibrations for her and lift her up, her spirit that way. Seeing? All right. Virtuous Fire, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. So this morning on the board, we're going to talk about a few things. We go into the Yankee side. This morning on the board, we're going to talk about Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, that court case, that debacle, that drama scene that is unfolding with Kelsey Harris being Megan Thee Stallion's bestie, ex-best friend for life. When somebody said we're best friends for life and we're locked in, how they end up becoming enemies? BFF, best friends for life. Well, people take marriage vows and them end up divorced anyway. They somewhere in the marriage things go so bad that you forget the vows. You know, the sickness and in health till death do us part, and you know, for richer, for poor, for better, for worse, them skip out all them something there. It's just like it's not working. It's not working. I'm out. I'm out. So I could see how. All right. So we'll talk about that this morning, and the YSL RICO case with Young Thug and other founders of his YSL organization. Gunna is home. A brother called in yesterday morning, and he wanted to speak on that, or he wanted to speak on the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case. And I told him no, not this morning, because I was talking about something else and I was short timed. We have time this morning. So feel free to call in this morning and talk your talk. We're going to talk about that as well. Gunna is home. Everybody tough till the police come by. Everybody is tough. Everybody is a bad man till police show up. Everybody is a bad man till they're in handcuffs, until they are behind those walls and those doors. You know what I'm saying? I got this right here. So they stop the ground when them attack. You know what I'm saying? I got this right here, son. Talking about 10 feet, 10 toes down out here. You feel me? 10 toes down in these streets. They loyal. All that. Yeah. All that always as soon as they get behind them doors and somebody say, well, we're talking 25 years at a minimum. You'll probably get on parole after doing about 25, because we're really looking at about 45 altogether. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to tell, and we can work a deal out for you where you get to go home to your family in short time, or, you know, you ride that 25. I mean, it's up to you. I'm here if you really need to talk. I'm not saying nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing. 1 week passing a lockup, still standing strong. 2 weeks past in a lockup, you start to see the changes coming through. 3 weeks past in a lockup, it's getting rough in here. Haven't seen my girl since when? I be calling and she not answering the phone. I wonder what she out here doing. This residual summer is still going on. It's still warm where we come from. Booty shorts is still out. Damn. Whew. Somebody else might be dealing with that. I gotta get out of here. 4 weeks past and I lock up. They're like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Hello, officer. Yeah, I got some stuff I need to say. I need to say to you. All right. What about that deal? The deal that you said, I could be home with my family in short order. I mean, Christmas is almost here. I want to go unwrap gifts with my kids and a man who never remember said them have children. I want to go unwrap gifts with my kids. A man who never stay home at night time, out all the time. Babe, I swear I'm gonna do right by you when I get home this time. I'm through with the partying and the bullshit. I'm not into none of that no more. You know, work and home. That's what I'm a homebody from now on. Work and home. So everybody are talking of. Till them get let out, them gone again. And then them get catch again. But yeah, Gunna, they say Gunna snitched. We're gonna talk about if he snitched or not. Now let's show him something. Everybody tough till the police come. Only bad man me believe that the bad man them will turn up in front of police and say, "Hey boy, what? What I say? I'm buck upon the police and make what?" Then me say, "Yeah, a bad man. That's a bad man. Not the one them we run off fire gun so. Them are a bad man. I cover that. Are the one them that bad up everybody else, and as soon as them hear woo woo, them duck under something, you're not a bad man. So everybody bad till the police come. Police and soldiers are the real bad man them there, right? Ooh, I'll give this to Gunna though. Yeah, 48 hours. The first 48. Good one to watch, boy. Good one to watch. That's where you see ain't no loyalty out here. And that street stuff, the youth them need to know. Some grown people are doing it too. So grown people and youth need to know that street stuff is an illusion. It's not real. There ain't no loyalty out here. It comes down to every man for himself, every woman for herself, and that's it. When they lock you in them rooms and they start talking about them long numbers, you start thinking about everything that you're about to miss. Everything. Yeah. So, and then I got a story, right? This story came out in a Jamaica Observer about this Jamaican John Doe. I thought this was funny. So we're going to start out with the Jamaican John Doe story and get him out of the way quickly. And then we go on to the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case and the Gunna, I'm gonna tell case. All right. I'm gonna tell. All right. So Florida, United States. A Jamaican man has been sentenced to 4 years and 3 months in a U.S. federal prison for obstructing his deportation from the country. When I first saw it, I thought, okay, he was about to get deported and he did some things to try to keep himself here. No, not that. The story goes way deeper than that, with a whole bunch of comedy in it for me. But then I read it and I laugh. U.S. District Judge Marcia Morales Howard sentenced the unidentified Jamaican charged as John Doe on Wednesday, 10 months after a federal jury found him guilty. You hear what them sentenced him as? John Doe. The man has refused to reveal his identity to officials with U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE. The people them where one time them said, ICE are come. Everybody run left them things. Yeah, if you're not treat them. He's refused to reveal his identity to them, and they can't figure out who he is. See? All right. The individual has a violent and egregious criminal history of non-compliance with many U.S. laws, said ERO Miami Field Officer Director Garrett Ripper. His extensive criminal past is a threat to public safety here in the U.S. The men and women of ERO Miami will continue to focus on protecting our nation against individuals who are a threat to our communities. Deport them. According to the testimony, Evidence presented at trial, the man was first encountered by immigration. This is where the story gets good. According to the testimony, paperwork we are going to court now. The evidence presented at trial, the man was first encountered by U.S. immigration authorities in January of 1985. 85, in Miami, when he attempted to enter the United States of America from Jamaica by claiming that he was a U.S. citizen who goes by the name of Freddie Davis. Yes, a man does pack him things. I don't know how him reach, but him reach, and he showed up as Freddie Davis. All right. When authorities determined that he was not an American citizen named Freddie Davis, he was allowed to voluntarily turn around and take himself back to Jamaica. They didn't do no process on him. The person known as John Doe, he attempted to enter the country again the very next month in West Palm Beach this time. Showed up in Miami 1 month ago, got sent back to Jamaica, showed up in West Palm Beach a month later, claiming to be a citizen of the Bahamas this time, and using a fraudulent Bahamian passport in the name of Joseph Gordon from the Bahamas. Yo, we are special. You see that flag? You see that people there? We build different, okay? We build differently, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. That them teach you from we little and growing up. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So him show up in a West Palm, in a Miami first, then turn him back by him yard, him repack him things, him reconstruct himself, reconfigure his identity, and come back as a man from the Bahamas through West Palm Beach this time. Miami first, West Palm Beach 1 month later. We're going to keep trying this thing until we get it right. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Have to love me, Jamaican people. We are the best. All right. So here he is now. Show up again, though attempted to enter the country again in the next month through West Palm Beach, claiming he was a citizen of the Bahamas using a fraudulent Bahamian passport too, in the name of Joseph Gordon. This ruse was discovered and he was deported this time to Jamaica. So this time them actually take him in, arrest him, do paperwork on him, schedule him as a deportee, send him back out. So now we have record. Cheeky little guy, isn't it? Sometime later, at an unknown place and time, John Doe successfully entered the United States illegally. All right, stop playing. I think he went through Mexico this time. I don't know. If him say Miami now work, yeah, dog, me try Miami, don't go that route that rough. Come back again. Yo, brother, I tell you, the West Palm Beach route, now work neither. Where we are go? I tried Mexico thing yet, boy. You have to go on by yourself here. They never see him again in Jamaica since 1980. How long? He got through. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There's a message in this for all of us. Don't give up on your hopes and dreams. You want to make it to foreign. Let me stop. You know, want them say me I encourage illegal immigration. I'm just saying, I find it very comedic. Anyhow, he was encountered by immigration authorities. Hear this now. Sometime later, at an unknown place and time, John Doe successfully entered the United States illegally. He was encountered by immigration authorities in Dallas, Texas, in September of 1988. Remember, I know, in 1985, him start all this, 1988, they buck him up in a Dallas, Texas, after serving a prison sentence. So he came to the US, he was somewhere in Texas, got in trouble, do prison time, come out of prison, them still not recognize who he is yet, and he's walking around again and them run into him again after serving his prison sentence. He said then that his name was Joseph Gordon this time, and initially claimed that he was a U.S. citizen born in the St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. But later he said that he was a citizen of the Bahamas, but this time he's Joseph Gordon. An immigration judge subsequently ordered him to be deported to Jamaica. Watch out, I'm lucky. But it was not done at the time. He slipped through the cracks. The judge said him to be deported, and it slipped through the cracks. So when him slipped through the cracks, that's all. That was 1988. Them missed sight of this man until June of 2018. You feel me? All right, so 2018 now. 2018, after completing another prison sentence, this time in Florida. Remember, I know just the time in Texas, 88. 2018 is coming out of prison in Florida. John Doe was taken into custody by ICE in Miami, this time using the name Ricardo Jones. This time I am Ricardo Jones. I know who y'all talk to. Who? No, that's not me. I am Ricardo. Are you sure? Yes. My mom named me Ricardo Jones. What do you want me to say? My name is Ricardo Jones. All right. And probably have the accent right and everything by then. 2018, them pick him up coming out of prison in Miami. Them say rotted at the boy. I him this, the elusive one. But check it. They can't deport the man because they're not really too sure where him come from or if this is actually exactly the same person. That's the catch. See? So this time in 2018, they took him into ICE holding, immigration holding, and he came out as Ricardo Jones, the name under which he was convicted. This man had traveled around the US doing prison time in different states under different names. Because his identity could not conclusively be determined, the Jamaican authorities told ICE that they needed more information to verify that he's actually a Jamaican citizen before they said him come down here. So no hold on upon him a little bit, make we go look and see if we can ask him granny to lift up our mattress and see if him birth certificate under there, or find it somewhere, some record of him in some school here, or somebody know him. Hello, anybody knows this man? That kind of thing. Is this your uncle? Is this your baby father? Is this your something? Then they want to find out something about him. They're about to send him to Jamaica. Jamaican authorities says, no, hold up. We not even sure if we him come from. We're not sure who him is neither. Right? All right. So because his identity could not conclusively be determined, the Jamaican authorities told ICE that they needed more information to verify that he was a Jamaican citizen. Now, over the next several months, ICE in the US and Jamaican authorities did their best attempting to determine John Doe's identity, but they were both unsuccessful. I don't know what kind of guzo this man I work with. Him invisible in broad daylight. All right. So, yo, ICE couldn't figure out who him is. Jamaican authorities couldn't figure out who him is. None of them. He was repeatedly warned at this point. Them start threatening him with prison time now. You see, if you don't tell me who you are, we're going to throw you in prison here. And we're going to give you an extended amount of time behind bars. So you better come up off your real information. All right. He was repeatedly warned, and then he still didn't come up off his information. They told him that he would be prosecuted if he continued to obstruct the course of his deportation. We kind of know that you from Jamaica. We well want to send you to Jamaica, you know, but we're not too sure. So on January 18th of 2019, John Doe was scheduled for an interview with the Jamaican consulate, but he refused to speak to them. When an ICE officer asked him his name, this time he responded and he said, "Only God knows my name." Only God knows my name. Not even me no know my name. Only God knows my name. See, I've been wandering earth so long and using so many aliases, me forget my real name. Only God knows my name. Now later that month, that same month, John Doe was transferred to ICE custody in Baker County in March of 2019. ICE again attempted to obtain travel documents to deport John Doe to Jamaica. Them determined say Jamaica you go because we feel say Jamaica you come from. Well, the Jamaican consulate once again informed ICE that it could not issue travel documents for John Doe because there was no conclusive evidence that John Doe is actually a citizen of Jamaica. Again, now I scheduled John Doe for a phone interview with the Jamaican consulate again on April 9th of 2019, but again he refused to leave his dormitory for the interview. Another interview was scheduled for April 17th of 2019, and Doe went, but he refused to provide any information to the Jamaican consulate. He advised that his name was Ricardo Jones, but he would not provide any other information. Which part you born? What parish you were born in? Who is your mother? What your father name? Which part your grandpeople them live? Not him not answer no question. My name is Ricardo Jones, and that is all I know about myself. I don't know nothing else. On June 20th and July 23 of 2019, ICE conducted recorded interviews of John Doe to again attempt to obtain biographical information about him that might allow him to be identified. Now, during these interviews, after stating that his name was Freddie Davis, his name was Freddie Davis, he refused to provide any. Remember, I just tell them a few months ago in April, he told them that this time his name is Ricardo Jones. And then them went to June and July, and this time his name is Freddie Davis. All right. Freddie Davis, and he refused to provide any other information, saying that ICE already had all the information that they needed. Don't want to do. I don't have all the information I want to need already. It's not my job to provide you with information. It is your job to find the truth. Understand? Doe has also used the name Dave Davis, Patrick Melbourne, Frank Douglas, Danny Brooks, just to name a few. Just, just to name a few. Ricardo Jones, Freddie Davis, just to name a few. So there they have him. So right now, what they've done with him is, Ross, we can't send him to Jamaica because the consulate cannot issue travel documents for him, and we're not really sure if he really is Jamaican. We have a good idea. We're pretty sure this is the person that we had picked up back in whenever, 88, but we're not too sure. So here what we're going to do. We're going to sit him in prison here in the U.S. for 4 years. So him get a 4-year sentence in the U.S. Well, he wanted to stay longer, so see that him get an extended stay. 3 hots and a cot, and he'll be okay. He's been to prison many times already as far as the records can show under different names. So he should be pretty used to the prison dance by now, right? I think he'll be just quite okay. But the message in this for me is determination. You understand? If the man that did apply them same kind of determination that to some positive things in his life, he probably would have been somebody big. Determination, though, we can learn from him. Be as resilient and forward moving as this brother John Doe right there. So I may have to call him John Doe because up till now they still have not figured out who he actually is. But feel something know that brother, I know. I know, I feel something know him. Or I know somebody like him. That's true. I'm not Jamaican or Bahamian. If I me like him, I tell them say England I come from. Brother, you want to go somewhere where life as a deportee is easier. Right now, you know what? End up in Jamaica as deportee and no connections. So, and you know what? A lot of people might not know this, right? May I tell them say England? Yeah, because I can go to England, I'm a citizen. They might give me a little place to stay and all these things. English pounds worth more than certain other monies, and I can probably do something with myself. That's all. But him not trying to go Jamaica right now. He's like, nope, that's not me. Not me at all. I'm looking at the picture of him from 1997 to 2013. Yeah. Him look like a convict in the red shirt picture. Him look like somebody who's done some time. Him look institutionalized. But here what? End of the day, there's nothing they could do to him because they can't figure out where he's from, and they can't deport you to a place where they're not sure that you're from. What I was going to say earlier is this. A lot of people don't know this, right? But you see, back in the day, technology wasn't like it is now. See? So back in the day, the passport, people would literally cut out somebody else's picture, tape their picture in it, and travel. And them gone and get through all the time. Now, as time got by and technology got more advanced, then them start putting watermark. But you know what we do? You know, Jamaican people are find a way around anything. So you put in the watermark. Me have a virgin who can draw the watermark there and make it an artist and make a watermark look like, and then we just copy it back on or something there. So people started doing that too. Them catch the watermark and they didn't fix the picture thing. Replace the picture, catch the watermark, gone again. Right? Everything they tried, we find one way to do it better. So they had to keep on constantly updating to where them reach now with the blue book. Now we don't know what them look for in the book, and we don't know where the secret marker is that tells if it's real or fake, which is probably the best thing they ever did. So that scheme they get mashed up. But he's one of them who got through in those times. They have no idea where he came. I bet say him come straight through one of them same airport here under somebody else's stuff. Wave at the immigration officials coming into everything. Run when him reach out the door. Yo. Mm. Yes, Carrie Ann Jones. Back in the day, passport was easy to modify. Enough people used to do it. Enough people used. Somehow, no mother and father, I saw them come a foreign. Wanna go check. Go back and check. Some of your mother and father are the same way them reach a foreign, and then that's how you end up coming up here too, because them end up, I have to bring my children over, I miss them so much, that go already. It was a barrel picnic where your barrel used to come down with your stuff them, and then you go from barrel picnic. Lord, me want go a foreign one day, easy, say plane a fly, you start pack your little scandal about them. One day I go come when me I go fly upon plane to with mommy and daddy. I watch a plane, I wonder where that plane is going. Auntie Marva just come from England. I think that plane there go to England. When you swear you could have seen the plane way up there, so I think it's a British Airways that look like a British Airways. You was hoping and dreaming. Yeah, your parents didn't make a flex. They want make a move. Them chip chop. A long time chopping a go on. Them chip chop and come on through. And then you come through later on. So no falling if you ocean them out sometime when some immigration situations be going on. Just don't have nothing to say. Right? That's all me I say. But yeah, big up to him still. Him have to do the 4 years. I hope them not kill him in there because US prison is no joke at all. I see man going for traffic violation, jail him go and then broke him jaw before the first 24 hours where him in there. Them have to wrap up him face and take him out. Me know them kind of something there. I don't know what. You have to go plan which man body you go bite off to make an example. Because them, them will have you in there. A wheel and turn and bend and get up. That's all. All right. Moving on now. This Megan the Stallion. What you say? Stay strong, John Doe. Why John Doe been staying strong since 1988? We need to put that on a shirt. Imagine that on a shirt. Stay strong, John Doe. Or been staying strong since 1988. Oh, is a is a hallmark. Maybe that explains why my last name is neither on my mother's side or father's side. Main one. That might explain something else too. Think about what you just said. Maybe that explains why my last name is neither on my mother's side or my father's side. Remember, Jacket Central, we come from, my friend. So think about what you just said. All right? We come from Jacket Central. Think about what you just said. I don't know why Jamaican women be getting all offended. Whatever. Everybody else do the same thing too. As soon as they say a Jacket Central will come. A Jacket Central will come from. Yeah, them always run around and talk about Jamaican man, them wild, see. Yeah, them always, the whole of them have more than one woman. And they cheat a lot. And who we are cheat with? Who were we cheating with, man? We can't get jacket. So who give Leroy that the jacket there, the jacket not even look like it fit. Poor Leroy. Leroy no see say the button them lopsided. Him no see say one arm is longer than the other arm. Him no see say the jacket look like belly skinny tight. It's not your jacket, Leroy, but Leroy go wear it though. Come from when them wicked. Then we convince you say it's yours. What do you mean? Oh, we have come ask about DNA. Listen, don't play with me. Don't ramp with me. Okay? You're the only person, Okay, you are the only person. Anytime man asks for DNA, a war starting up. You are the only. Don't try me. Where I try to me a war. You are the only person. Don't try. Hey boy, I not I'm poor man them just back down and take a jacket and go on with it. No, say I don't feel me, you know, but I go on all it still. Come on, you don't even look like me or nothing. Come here. First class. I'm two of them. I know feel me foot them there. And because I feel like a picnic. But you're that dear asking mother for your DNA. Which DNA, boy? Eh? And you want me give me something. Why you try call me war? Eh? You don't want that war. You don't want that war there. You know what? Me didn't have a good mind to, you know, so I should have bash on the baby, you know. But I just true, me not believing in them something that call me a good girl. A good girl. So take your jacket and go and buy your business. We come from Jacket Central. If your last name is not your daddy's last name or your mother's last name, some kind of anglings did go on around there, so my friend. Yeah, because me see this already. The man actually said, I know nothing, but give to him. Yeah, me will stay and raise the baby from a distance, man. You see me, and we can still continue for a little thing. Him not to know wiser. Because I know you're not let him still. I wouldn't even encourage you to let him, because we can't provide you with them kind of lifestyle. Watch out, when you're in a big, nice house and all them things, the swimming pool around the back and, you know, yard fence off. My life, I struggles, babes. See it? Yeah, yeah, man. Just tell them, say, I feel, man. But what if the, you know, the picnic not look like it? Yo, told the man love you. Him no business. You could have carry a raccoon go give him. Him won't mind it and say I'm baby. So just deal with that. Say, and the girl them do it. Then do it. So check your last name if it's not your mom's or your dad's, my friend. All right. Me look at my father in my face. I say, if my mouth look like Theo or hand or foot or so then me ask question. Yeah. Me not turn up there talk about hi dad. All a big man you reach now. Hi dad. And this man I still know say me have doubts about you, you know, youth. Me have doubts about you. You don't act like me. You don't talk like me. You don't look like me. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it is a duck. Me I go and wear a jacket still, cause I'll feel mama she not give me back my 18 years of child support. Anyhow, we are from Jacket Central, my friend. I don't know what's going on in this case. Let's talk about the YSL RICO case. Gunna is home. I'm gonna snitch. I'm gonna snitch. Gunna is home. They said Gunna didn't snitch. Listen, when you get hemmed up by RICO charges, there's no way you just plead guilty and then go free. If that's the case, all of us would be out here getting to the money, right? And then we already know, hell, if it's a RICO case, all I'm gonna do is just plead guilty, and then they're gonna let me go free. Gonna walk out. You got a girl that came to pick him up. I don't know who that girl is. Somebody needs to tell her, say her body look not okay. Yeah, her body look like wet bread. Something was wrong. Cause every time she walked, it had a pointy part to it at the bottom of it, and it dropped down, way down, and bounced up back. It didn't look right. But when you've been locked up for a while, Miss Shore him jump on she like right in the back of the Maybach. We didn't even get nowhere. That man wanted to be home. He wanted to be home bad. He wanted to be home bad. Anybody who's locked up want to be home bad. But he told. In my opinion, he told. Let me say straight off the bat. He told some stuff he should not have told. I don't care what his lawyer want to say. When his lawyer talk about, he took the Alfredo or Alfaro deal or whatever that allows him to not incriminate anybody else, but to separate himself from the situation. Brother, we all didn't go to law school, but we don't need to. We saw what he said on tape. Me see the video. Okay, watch this. Let me go check out this video real quick. The prosecution asked him, right? Because I covered it on the other channel. The prosecution asked this man. Remember, I know the goal of the prosecution is to establish that their organization YSL is actually a gang. This is where racketeering charges come from. When you create an organization and try to run it as a real business, like me create SouFLo's restaurant and bar, and then behind SouFLo's restaurant and bar, I am shipping out crazy kilos of cocaine, and I am laundering the money through SouFLo restaurant and bar. That is a part of that. So they're trying to establish that, is YSL really just a record company with artists on the roster, or is this a violent street gang? The founder, Young Thug, is sitting locked up. Young Thug already said and is maintaining, we were never a gang. Anytime we try to build something as young black people, they hate to see this, right? This is his angle. He says, anytime we try to build something as young black people, they hate to see this. We young, we black, and we like rich. We like multi-millionaires rich. A lot of us in here, right? So this the come up they hate to see. So they're going to find a way to tear us down. So I'm going to hide behind Doc, right? And he's saying, we've never been a gang. This is a record company. Remember that, we've never been a gang. This is a record company. Okay. Then Gunna goes into court now, and Christmas is coming, and Gunna needs to get home. And the prosecution said to him behind the scenes, we still trying to figure out if this is a gang or if this is actually really a record company that got a few bad individuals on it that we might need to get up out of here. Or if it's a gang, then we need to shut the whole organization down, and every individual in it needs to be punished for all these crimes we have on the list. That's how the case is built. Gunna sits in the courtroom. Watch this. I became affiliated. This is the prosecution asking him in the courtroom. I became affiliated with YSL in 2018. Your statement, that's the video in the courtroom I'm watching, right? Is this true in your case? And he says, Mr. Kitchen, and he says, yes, ma'am. All right. YSL is a record label and a gang, and you have personal and intimate information that members or associates have committed crimes in the furtherance of the gang. That's the next question. Yes, ma'am. How is that not snitching? Your homies fighting for their life. Sauce Walker says, man, this ain't no job interview. Somebody out here fighting for their life. You up there answering, yes, ma'am, like you on a job interview. You sending all your homies to prison like you on a job interview. Yes, ma'am. YSL is a record label and a gang, and you have personal, intimate information that members have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang. That's the RICO. Yes, ma'am. Remember, he was supposed to be Thugger's right-hand man. Thug's still saying this is not a gang. And you show up. And let me tell you how sweet his deal was. Within hours of him doing that, the next video slide was him walking out in a hoodie, covering his head, jumping into a Maybach. So somebody woke up Gunna that morning and said, yo, you could go home today. He said, really? They say, yeah, you could go home today. Okay, what's the catch? We're going to reword some questions another way and then have you answer those questions, and then that's it. Once you answer those questions truthfully, you're out of here. That man says, bring it on. YSL is a record company and a gang, and you have information that members have committed crimes in furtherance of this gang. Is that true? Yes, ma'am. Would you agree that YSL is a criminal gang that needs to be ended? Yes, ma'am. That's it? We can't leave? Okay, which door? That one? All right. And that's what he did. That it's on tape. It's on tape. The funny thing about this though is right is to see celebrities who, of course, they're good with him. They're coming out and talking about like Lil Duval. Lil Duval is from right here in Florida. He's from Duval County. Here, Lil Duval. We can't call Gunna a snitch until Thugger says that's what he did. No, we saw the video. We saw the video. See, this is the true definition of what a snitch is. If me and you don't have no business, and you commit a crime in front of me, and police come grab me and say I'm me do it, nope. I'm telling. Yep, I know him. His mama lived 2 houses down from mine, right? He always on the block, even though he don't stay over here. But his baby mama stay across the street right there, and his little son Ray Ray be playing out here with my kids, right? His name is James Paul. He's about that tall, probably about 5'11", that height. Man, I tell everything. That's not snitching. Snitching is when you take part in for the benefit of and enjoyed it all along, and then you get catch and you sink everybody else. Take this deal. It's the best they're gonna give you. Okay. But my family is in danger. Okay, we'll give you some time. You have the resources. Move your family to someplace safe. Trial starts for Thugadem in January, and his right-hand man folds in December, right before trial. Not only his right-hand man, followed up by this deal is 3 guys that started YSL. One of them is out the picture, and you have Thugger and another one. And I forgot what the other one name is, but he took the same deal that Gunna took. So at this point, what it's looking like is if I was Thug, I'd start asking for a deal too. Could I get one of those deals? Like, because the deal, one of them deal says, actually both of them deal, they have to do like 500 hours of community service. 350 of those hours of community service should be specifically speaking to young people about the dangers of gang and how they impact your community negatively, and basically encouraging these children to go the other way. So you're doing cleanup police work, and it must be done at wherever the local police department decides that you're going to give this speech at. And that's part of their 500 hours of community service. On top of that, they said once he's finished doing his community service, or once both of them are finished doing their community service, they'll be free of all charges. One have 1 year time served, 9 years on probation. Gunna has, I think, 1 year time served and 4 years or 5 years on probation or something like that. So if I was Thug right now, I'd be asking for, could I get like the one of them 5 or 9 years on probation and just keep my nose clean. But taking it to trial, thinking that they don't have nothing, or they don't have nothing on me. Watch, we have to go to trial and beat this. Nah, your lawyer wicked. Your lawyer wicked for telling you that you about to go to trial and beat this when the 2 top guys in your organization just folded. Your top artist / top right-hand man folded on video for the world to see. That's ammunition for the prosecution. You think they're not going to use that in court? This is what they've been trying to establish all along, and nobody was admitting. So for a high-ranking, because he's considered a high-ranking person in the YSL gang or organization. So for him to come out and admit it is a gang, not only that, he gave them extra. Yes, I do have knowledge of members committing crimes or associates committing crimes to further this gang. This thing that I just told you is a gang. Was Gunna in the gang, or was he just a signed artist in that group, and is it still snitching? Ain't no signed artist in that group, main one. There's none of them that are just signed artists. You down for whatever the hell the group is down for. Slime life. That, yeah, I'm gonna wipe his nose clean. That kind of talk. Slime life. They're all a part of it, and there is no There's no innocent artist that was signed there. It's a brotherhood, it's an organization, it's something that you have to be vetted to go into, to belong to, all that. A part of Gunna's plea agreement, even though he put out some big old statement that says he's not snitching, he says, while I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements. Yes, you did. Well, you answered the question. You might as well have made the statement. She made the statement and you verified it. So, yeah, you're right. You haven't made any statements. She made the statements. You verified it. So, you haven't made any statements. I have not been interviewed. We saw you being interviewed on video. Questions asked, you were giving back answers, all of which were yes, ma'am. Listening keenly, yes, ma'am. That was an interview. You were interviewed. He says, I have not cooperated. You did cooperate. That's how you got the deal. I don't know who they think they're talking to, right? You cooperated in order to get the deal. I have not agreed to testify or to be witness for or against any party in this case, and I have absolutely no intentions of being involved in the trial process in any way. That's what his lawyers constructed, put together for him to say to the public, because they're still trying to save face. They still have a music career to tend to. There's a lot of money on the line. If you're labeled a snitch, more than likely your stuff might dry up. Those who support you might not support you anymore, especially if you came into this on some gang stuff, and then now you up there telling, yes, ma'am. So by admitting to not testify against any of the parties involved, it seems like the rapper has hinted that he did not snitch on any of the other defendants as per what was believed before. Although the rapper maintains that he does not wish to be part of the trial on in either or either side, it is written in his plea deal that if he is named as a person of interest or suspect, he is required, or witness, he is required to testify at trial. So if he is, so basically what's going to happen here is what? They said they're going to call about 30 to 33 witnesses. You think his name ain't going to come up? He's the right-hand man off. His name is definitely going to come up. Just Google and then do pics and look for Gunna and Young Thug, and you will see how close Gunna and Young Thug moved. And it wasn't just on no artist stuff. It was everything. Street business, out there, all that. They folded. They folded on him. Hey, end of the day, that's the lesson that's in this one, is that people ain't as faithful as you think they are. Everybody in it for what they can get out of it. And once the ship starts to sink, there's going to be a whole lot of people jumping overboard. Plain and simple. Boosie called him a snitch. And Boosie said the same thing. If my people did that to me after watching that video in the courtroom, man, it would bring tears to my eyes, man. Yeah, he gave it up. The very thing they were trying to confirm, he sat there and confirmed it for them. He's exactly Stash. Exactly. No difference between him and 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine going crazy right now. Charleston White going crazy right now. Charleston White was like, I told y'all these rappers gonna start snitching. I told y'all it's gonna become fashionable. Yo, I told y'all that. And the crowd is going to accept them because that's the new way. See, back in the day, it was like you have no honor, so you have to go hide your face. That's not like how it is today. Today, people are like, I don't care about all that. I like his music, and that's it. And they'll support the music, which in turn supports his lifestyle. So he'll continue to ride in Maybachs. He'll continue to live in a mansion. He'll continue to travel and do big shows and all that. Because today's generation really don't care. They don't care if you're a snitch. Today's generation don't even care if you killed your mama. You kill your own mama. If you beat the case, you the man. You selling more records than anybody else. Loyalty is not required anymore. Dignity is not required anymore. None of the stuff that was required before is required anymore. So I would tell every young person or every person out there, because old fools do young people stuff too. I would tell you that let this be a marker for you, because at the end of the day, you're probably gonna have to end up snitching too. Ain't nobody else holding it down, doing no 10 toes down. I'm gonna stand on my square and serve my 25. Ain't nobody taking no 25 years for you. Nobody is standing on no square. Back in the day, the last of the dying breed would say, yo, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do these 20 years. You hold my family down till I get out financially, put some money on my books. We already have something established where money is coming in. Everybody is eating, right? Of course, you know, some homies you can't trust, because as soon as you get locked up, he's knocking on your door, right? At your house, talking to your wife. Hey, Sharissa, what's up? Yeah, I'm just stopping by to check on you, make sure you know what I'm saying, you all right. Make sure the kids are hungry. Or if I want to eat, I mean, you want to eat something. Yeah, you okay? You know, I'm just doing good by my boy. You know what I'm coming your yard for, right? I'm gonna wait for you to get sentenced. But the real ones, they usually held it down for each other and took care of each other's families until they broke that time off and come home. There's been guys that came home and when they left, it was about $10,000 in the ring for them. And when they came home, somebody handed them $1 million cash. Real stuff. But that gone. Those days are gone. Nowadays, it's be as bad as you want to be, get into whatever you want to get into, and when you get caught, tell on everybody, make a deal, and get out as fast as you can. That's that's the new way. So yes, Gunna did tell for everybody. I don't know if y'all want to call him snitch. I think that term might be considered derogatory, but he's a teller. His name says it. Gunna. I'm gonna tell. He told. That's it. Ain't no way around it. Onika St. John Jones says, if crime don't pay was a person, it's this trio shaking my damn head. Oh man. He answered all the questions. He answered all the questions. He answered all the questions truthfully, on the record, in the court of law. Remember, I know in a court of law, you're under oath. You are under oath. Okay. So your answer, that Miranda right, what you say can and will be used against you in the year. What Gunna said can and will be used against Doug and the rest of the guys in same way. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. His lawyer think he's slick though, because the lawyer tried to fashion it in a way where we have to argue. Well, is it really that though? Did he really just listen? This is cut and dry, okay? You look at the video, you see him, you hear the kind of questions being asked, you hear his answers. On video, you see him answering. That's it. Nothing more to be said. Do you, John, know SouFLo? Yes, ma'am. Let me say, yes, ma'am. Do you, John, have knowledge that SouFLo is involved in criminal activities? Yes, ma'am. A car was pulled over and you were present. That's one of the questions that was asked. A car was pulled over and you were present. You and Jeffrey, which is Young Thug, were the only two occupants of the car. Inside of that car, we found gun and drugs. And none of that was yours. Correct? Yes, ma'am. So Ahufa. After Jeffrey. I'm not finished. Yo, never that yes, ma'am. Everything like a job interview. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna be hiring you. Can you start on Monday morning, 7:30 sharp? Yes, ma'am. Oh boy, yes, ma'am. Every rotten thing. He told. He told. But more power to him. And I don't want to see them do anything to him because the streets are treacherous out here. But he has money that he can protect himself. A lucky same have money when can protect himself. So I would suggest that he starts protecting himself, beef up security, because It don't have to be no orders coming from Thugger. There's a whole lot of people that was eating when Thug was out. And there's a whole lot of people whose bread got stopped. And they about to look at you. You know how the street code stuff go. You can't just jump in and then jump back out. It's like Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo, I love riding around with my ninjas, throwing up gang signs and banging and this and that. And then he went out to LA. And you know, the gangster them out there running down and shoot up in vehicle and thing. And next thing you see him on TV. And his next video was, I'm not in this gang shit no more. I'm throwing down my flag. I don't care what nobody got to say. I'm done with this. And all the OGs started answering. Niggas die every day, B. Niggas die every day. It's a part of what we do. It comes with the territory. You can't ride on this for the fame. You can't ride on this for the fun times. And then when things get treacherous, you run talking about, I'm throwing my flag down. You can't put off yourself. You got to come to the hood to get put off. You know what that mean, right? You can't tell yourself that you is a gang member of a certain gang, you know. You have to go there and get down with somebody by association and then get introduced to top dogs, and then they decide if they want to put you on or not. Once you're vetted, you got to run that. It's a line. I used to see them do it all the time when I was growing up in Miami. It's a line. I didn't even know say a gang initiation until later on. So you got like 12 ninjas lined up on one side, 12 ninjas lined up on the other side, and you have to run through that tunnel. And while you're running through that tunnel, you getting boom, bomb, buff, coof, cuff, elbow, knee, ankle, everything they're giving you. You make it to the other end. You're going to fight I don't think you're allowed to fight back. I think you take the beating. You take the beating and you try to make it through to the other end. Don't fall, because if you fall in the middle, they're going to cave in on you and beat you senseless, right? You make it to the other end, bloodied, messed up, one eye hanging out the socket. Hey, hurry up and take him to the hospital. You one of us now, homie. We're going to call you one eye left arm, because your right arm don't work no more either. So you one eye left arm from today. Dap it up. Or you can't use your other arm. Dap it up with your knee. Can't lift your leg. Hey, y'all get him some help. This one eye left arm, my newest recruit. That's how you got put on. And now you want to leave. It's blood in, blood out. That's how you get put off. You got to go back to the hood, tell them, bring the flag, drop the flag back down, say, I'm done with this. And they're going to line up again. And you're going to have to run through that tunnel again. But guess what? This time they're looking at you with vengeance. This isn't, he wants to be a part of us, so have some mercy. This is, he know everything about us. And now he want to go back out there. This motherfucker might start working with the police. Make sure he can't talk. Make sure he can't think straight when we done. All them blows go into your head. By the time you get put off, you're going to be leaving out there like this. Y'all ain't have to do me like that. Y'all have to do me like that. I don't get y'all for the years. Your jawline shut, you can't talk. All right, that's how they gonna do you. But you will get put off. Yo, left them young life there alone, my friend. None of that is productive, progressive, healthy. None of that. I'm so thankful for the way I was raised. Thank you, Miss Ruby. Thank you, Mas Clevey, for knowing a clarinet lesson. Thank you, my mama. Thank you, my father. Thank you, everybody who had an impart in me. I was afraid of people. I used to be so afraid of my grandfather, especially. And my grandfather wasn't even an aggressive person. He was just the real matriarch of the family. And the man, when me see, go in the bush at 4 o'clock in the morning, when time it dark out the door, and me I talk about rolling calf down there, me no go. That the man there and come back with big banana, bunch of banana stuff. That was my superhero. So when me come a foreign now and I'm seeing all this stuff, people are offer you stuff, you want to snort a line? No, me know what crackhead. Me no want to be no crackhead. That's how you answer that. Me no want to be no crackhead. Plus, next thing me mad out a foreign and then can me go back to Jamaica, me I walk around and talk to myself, and my grandfather go beat me up and me I go shame. That was the type of stuff that kept me in line. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with that said, you can't just jump in and jump out. So shout out to Shout out to this brother, Gunna. Gunna says he cherishes his relationship with YSL and he always will. Yeah. All right, but we'll see. The funny thing is, they're now no longer allowed to even have communications with Doug. They're not allowed to have communications with Thugger or his relatives. They're no longer allowed to share no information. They're no longer allowed to visit each other, speak to each other, nothing like that. And while they were locked up, I don't know if y'all saw the video before. They brought Gunna into the courtroom and they brought Thug on the other side, right? And they were behind like doors that had this plexiglass something through it. And you see them, did I try talk to each other? I do all this. Like that's a whole language them brother I learn. This isn't even signing for like deaf people, so you could go be one of them kind of people that you see on the news making good money because you're signing for the news station. Them man take time to learn a whole language in a gang sign with them and everything. The judge up there was like, hey, stop. Then them start talk out loud when they brought them into the courtroom. But how they were talking, y'all saying fool wise, fool like that, but this them that you're all right, then bet. What? We don't need about 100 years to decipher this. This was some Negro hieroglyphics that we cannot understand. They took a whole lot of yo, but anyhow, more power to him, but he snitched. Yeah, moving right along. Let's talk about this Megan Thee Stallion case. Okay, these drug addicted parents, messed up generation. The 1980s were horrendous in the hood. Listen, I was just saying this to my sons last night. I said, now that I think about it, our parents used to like, we never have no, cause my son, he's 14, his mom got a tracker on him. She can actually access our tracker and she see where he's walking at. Every time if I call her and I say, yo, you heard from Kosi yet? She was like, no, but hold on. Yeah, he's still in school. I see him moving around in school. Like, yo, my parents didn't have none of that. Then we never have no tracker. We didn't have no phone, no way to get in touch with us when them go work. We go left, right, or not. They just gotta hope that their kids are okay. We'll go over the park, mommy. Them have to hope. Them used to send we out with a prayer and hopes that we come back and these things. Nowadays it's different. It's just a whole different time we living in. Like, yo, we really were that. Them used to go work and give you the house key. Remember? Me, I'm a latchkey kid. So I come up from that generation where when I get home, mommy not gonna be home. She dropped me to school this morning because she was on her way to work and she got that way. But when my school done, she's still there work on the other side of Miami. So I have to go walk home now. And then when I get home, open my own door, them only give you like 2 safety precautions. 1, do not talk to strangers. 2, do not open the door for anybody. So we make sure we look around, open the door so nobody ain't running down the hallway at you trying to force you into your apartment. We quickly open the door, come inside, lock the door, and we lock up into the house, make myself a sandwich and a bowl of cereal and sit and do homework or watch TV or something like that until mommy come home. Different days now. Different times now. Right? Yup, key around my neck. Yeah, your key around your neck. Or when you lost your key and you're afraid to tell your mother so you lost your key. So you sit down out that door every day. You sit down out that door every day, thirsty like what, because it's 100 degrees outside until them come. All you can say, John says, you have key around my neck. Anne-Marie Jones says, damn helicopter mom, me like her. That's me in a few years. Helicopter mom, that's exactly what my daughter said. Y'all some helicopter parents. I said, what? Nico, what'd you say? Y'all some helicopter parents. I'm like, where did you get that term from? She was like, that's just a saying. You and mom are helicopter parents. Okay, what's a helicopter parent? Helicopter dad, you hover, you're always hovering, woo, 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 all about me, just hovering all over me. Can't do anything on my own. I can't even breathe right. I'm in laugh till me weak. I laughed till a week when me hear she explain it to me helicopter parents. But you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with being a helicopter parent, man. These are different times. We live in a whole different time. Even if back then we had the molester them and the crazy people them, today we have that 100 folds. All right. So on blocks where it used to be one crazy, now you have 100 crazy on the same block. Times are just different. People's morals and their moral standards are different than how it was back in the day. Back in the day, people used to look out for you. Not no more. Them a look for kidnap you and rape you and chop off your head and somebody go find piece of you in them freezer and all that. They're trying to reenact Jeffrey Dahmer stuff and be the next Jeffrey Dahmer. All them something there. Helicopter mom, helicopter dad, helicopter parent, ain't nothing wrong with it. My 7-year-old, I can't have a life. LOL. You have a you have a timer on my iPad. I can't have a life. At 7, I can't exercise my independence. You a helicopter parent. You have a timer on my iPad. Poor picnic. The only iPad we didn't know was pencil and paper. If you wanted a video game, you drew it. Remember when we used to draw up on the edge of the book? I used to flip my book pages and draw like the man running, and it was a tedious task too. Next page, the man run closer. Next page, the man run closer. Next page, him kick the man. Next page, the stick man is falling back once, twice, 3 times, 4. Him up on the ground now. Next page, he's up and running back at him. And this take all day. And then we used to hold the book and flip the page and like this. Oh, yo, you see this? It's like a movie. Do it again. Brrr, yo, that's crazy. Let me get my book. I'm about to do mine. A damn thing that we did have. We were. That's how Kai is now. Kai, 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 huh? Huh? Different times, man. Different times. All right. So this whole Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lanez situation. Y'all know that Tory is facing a whole lot of time, right? Tory's facing 20 odd years. I believe it's 22, 23 years facing. I've never seen a case where a young black man is involved with a gun and somebody actually got shot, and the person who got shot is in court saying, "You shot me," and he's not arrested. And it looks like we all confused because all kinds of stuff are going on in this case, right? The drama for me is how Megan is going on now. Because Megan has said her man that she's with now is very embarrassed because her past is being revealed in court, like her sexual history and all this is being revealed in court. You know, they're trying to get to the meat of the matter. May I said to myself, say, so you wasn't embarrassed when you were like racking up the numbers? When you did a give out pum pum, like, you know, like them party the way you go and they said thanks for coming in, everybody gets a card. You were doing your thing. Yeah, you were sexually liberated and rich and young and famous, and but just own it. We don't want to hear about no new man being embarrassed. The new man knows them never meet you as no virgin. Or maybe that's what he was told. He's probably now realizing that when he asked that time and she did that, I could count on one hand. Let me see. 1, 2. You're the you're the third person. I've only been with 2 people in my whole life. You're the third person, and that's it for me. He's realizing now that that probably ain't the case. So him feel a certain type of way. But me don't know. Everybody's trying to win right now because it don't look good right now. All right. The whole story about Tory offering them $1 million a piece, Meg $1 million a piece, her bestie $1 million a piece, and they both said no. And then Meg did her Rolling Stone interview, and by that time she had unfollowed and then break up and all these things that wasn't friend no more. So they asked her in a Rolling Stone interview, so how come you and Kelsey Harris, right, was your personal assistant? She was also your BFF, right? Best friends for life kind of thing. What happened? How come you guys are not? And Meg gave an explanation, right? Why them not talk no more? She couldn't believe that she's still being friends with Tory. Why would you still want to be friends with somebody that you saw just shot your best friend? Is what Megan said in the, go look it up, in the Rolling Stones interview. All right. When the bombshell drop in court now, because all along, big up to Tory for because you know someone them get little front and them talk and tell everybody. Tory wasn't telling nobody nothing. Let the right hand not know what the left hand is doing. So Meg was on the right, uh, Kelsey was on the left, and the right hand did not know what the left hand was doing, and the left hand did not know what the right hand was doing. You can tell Sam have Caribbean roots because, yeah, he was well schooled in that. It came out in court that to the public, they knew back then. It came out to the court in public that, you know, Tory smashed both of them, and that's the reason why she was still being friends with him. On top of the fact that he might have said $1 million to spin the story my way. Plus, she said when she got, after she told her version of what happened, when she went on social media the next day, her homie, her best friend, was on social media, did a video, and told a different version of what happened. So, right there, people confused. You were there. This what you said happened. But Megan is your bestie. She's saying that's not what happened. This what happened. Tory in the back like this. I got this. I got this. And this is a case of jealousy. One man smashing two best friends. Yo, the whole story for those who don't know, they were at a party in the Hollywood Hills with Kylie Jenner and all them, you know, big rich people, something are going, young people with a whole heap of money and no adult inside because they're adult themselves, them just young and wild. And you know, there's a whole lot of stuff going on there. Whoever is popping pills is popping pills. Whoever is snorting a few lines, whoever is pouring extra champagne, they're doing their thing, having a party. It's said that Kylie Jenner and Tory started getting close, touchy-feely. She rubbed on Tory and stuff, and Tory's welcoming the attention, you know what I'm saying? And Meg started getting upset. This time, Meg don't know yet, you know. Said our bestie will come at the party with her too. Tory don't touch that already too. She hadn't known it yet. She started getting upset and started saying words and stuff. Kylie was like, oh, I invited y'all to my shit, and y'all in here trying to fight people and stuff. First, they asked her to calm down. According to what was said, they asked them to calm down, and then she wouldn't calm down. She kept getting louder and more aggressive, and they were like, then they were told to leave. That is how they ended up in the vehicle, the Escalade, the SUV, driving away from the event. Now they're in the vehicle arguing about how you made us got thrown out of that bomb ass party. How you made us got thrown out of that party. The party was dope. The party was everything. All right. The argument are going back and forth. This is Tory's version. No. Tory and Megan is going back and forth, and Megan is insulting him. You know, woman, stay already. You're teeny weeny. You're this, you're that. You can't rap. You sound this like that. Your music sound like shit. Whatever. You know, artists, they're sensitive about their stuff and stuff. So them going back and forth with each other. You can't rap neither. You just selling ass. That's all. You a body, and that's what really sells. Blah blah. They're insulting each other, going back and forth. So you know, when a woman throw an insult and the insult really hurts you, you're going to find an insult for throwback if you're the type to be in it like that. Okay, so here comes Tory. That's why I've been fucking on your best friend. With bestie right there. So Tory said it went from them arguing to them two started fighting. You what? And imagine she up there being upset because you came with me and now you all over Kylie. But your bestie came with us too. And I was hitting her too. So there's a whole lot of ups and downs going on. Now, Rolling Stone, second thing, Megan Thee Stallion, former best friend of Kelsey Harris, she took the witness stand at Tory Lanez felony assault trial on Wednesday. As prosecutors revealed, she gave a bombshell recorded interview in September claiming that Tory Lanez threatened to shoot her inside of the Cadillac Escalade before he allegedly opened fire on Megan. That was in September. She gave a statement to the police. The police read the statement back in court, and it said, she said that he threatened her in the Escalade first. You know what I'm saying? Tory done had a couple of lines, zooted up and stuff. You waving around that gun, sit your ass down before I pop you too. And then put the gun out the window because Meg already said, let me out this bitch. I don't want to be in here. Drop me off right here. I'll find my own way. So when Megan got out the vehicle, he put the window down and he started shooting at her feet. Bow, bow, dance, bitch, dance, bow, bow, bow. Let off like 5 shots. My people, something. All right, prosecutors played snippets of the interview that she did. It was recorded that she did. Prosecutors played snippets of the interview during her combative testimony as she confirmed, because now she's not saying any of that. And they're like, hold up, wait. What's going on with you today? Why are you up here saying things totally different from what you said to us in September? This was Wednesday gone. So they said, hold up, could y'all bring the interview in? Okay, this is your interview in September. Silence the courtroom. Play this. Tory Lanez threatened me inside of the SUV with the gun. Said he was going to shoot me. So I was scared and I froze in place. And then he put the gun out the window and started firing at Megan feet. And said, dance, bitch, dance. That was September. Prosecutors played snippets of the interview during Harris' combative testimony as she confirmed she gave the detailed statement 3 months ago, but she claims the damaging account was not accurate and that she was not truthful that day to protect herself. Now, mind you, when they asked her to testify first, she said, I'm not testifying nothing unless I can get immunity. That's what her lawyer work out. So her lawyer says, listen, my client is willing to testify, but what we want it on paper. They were like, yeah, we'll honor that. He's like, no, we want it on paper. If she testifies, nothing that she says can be used against her. Okay? They put it on paper. She struck up a deal. Nothing she says can be used against her at this point. Y'all see where this is going, right? All right. Prosecutor played snippets of the interview from before September, and now they're asking her, well, that's not what you were saying in September. You remember this interview? She goes, yeah, when I told you guys that, I wasn't being truthful. That day, I made up some stuff. I was not accurate. I made up some stuff because I was trying to protect myself. What does that say to you? I was trying to protect myself. Okay. Sitting steps away from a jury in a Los Angeles courtroom, Harris testified that she could no longer recall any of the events that happened with Tory Lanez in the SUV, and she no longer remembers even seeing him holding a gun or even firing the gun at Megan during this alcohol-fueled fight they had back then, July 12th of 2020. She don't remember nothing. My head's hazy right now. I really, truly can't even remember anything about that night, is what she came to court and said. In what portion of the recording played by jurors, Harris was heard telling prosecutors that after Tory Lanez allegedly said, I'll shoot you, he then reached like he was going to grab something from the SUV center console. Harris, who's 27 years old, that's Megan's ex-bestie, BFF, best friend for life, she agreed. She made the statement in September. Yes, that's me talking. But when Deputy District Attorney Kathy Tay asked her to describe the alleged threat for the jury, how did he threaten you exactly? She shut up. She didn't say anything. Claimed that some of the things I stated back then, they were just not accurate. They were just not accurate. The night was a blur. She said, They said, why are you doing this? Why are you switching up everything now? She says, the night I told you already, I was trying to protect myself, and I know I gave you guys false information. This is recanting her what she said before, right? Okay. And then now she's saying, honestly, the night they're like, okay, well, tell us what you can remember today from this point. Honestly, I don't know. The night was a blur, you know. Everybody was drunk, everybody was drinking. I can't even remember anything that I saw that night. We were under the influence, all of us, is what she said on the witness stand. When prosecutors confronted her with her recorded statement claiming she saw Tory Lanez aiming a gun straight, but always in a downward motion towards Megan, what they're trying to establish there. He's holding it straight towards Megan, but down. That means shooting at the feet, right? Okay. They asked her, you don't remember that? You don't remember you telling us this? She reversed the course again and said, I didn't witness no shooting. I did not witness any shooting. $1 million amnesia. Crystal G says $1 million amnesia. And it's coming in cash, Tory? You mean you're going to put... Okay, give me 500 up front first. Blah, say nothing, say less. Whoo. The other 5 right here. You know what you got to do. All right, bet. $1 million amnesia. You have a point. This is what she said, though. She said a mix of anxiety, postpartum issues that she's having, and grief that's related to the death of someone close to her made it difficult for her to remember details or even focus on the questions that she's been asked in court. Right now, my head buzzing. Right now, I can't even focus right. I got severe PTSD. I just lost somebody that's close to me. You know, you're asking me to remember stuff from a night when everybody was completely drunk and messed up, and I can't. The night was a blur. So you don't remember Tory shoot? I don't remember anything. I did not see anybody shoot any gun. I did not witness any guns. I did not witness any shooting. I didn't see anything. The prosecutor says, what's going on with you today? I'm reading it. May I read something now? What's going on with you today? This is what Tay asked after Harris claimed that she couldn't remember anything. She couldn't remember Megan being injured. She couldn't remember Megan bleeding. She couldn't remember Megan walking outside the vehicle. She couldn't remember Megan bleeding profusely in the back seat of the Escalade after she got back in the vehicle. What happened between September and today, Miss Harris? What happened? In September, when you spoke with us, you gave us a lot of detailed statements. What happened? Harris replied, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What happened? What happened between September and today? You forgot everything? Yes, ma'am. I told you what I'm going through. I told you. In other words, stop beating me up. This, Your Honor, this is witness badgering, sustained, or override, or whatever the judge usually say, right? Somebody tell her, say, listen, you got to go in there, be weak, understand, okay? Say what you say, and then as soon as they start coming at you, this is how it's going to go down. I told you what I'm going through. I'm post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm messed up. I just lost somebody close to me. We were drunk that night. I didn't see anything. I told you. I just told you what I'm going through. Miss Tay, why are you badgering the witness? Met the liar look bad now. Miss Tay, why are you badgering the witness? But Harris did own up to sending the 3 lines of text messages to Megan's bodyguard that read, help, Tory shot Meg, 911. So she actually, no, this, she can't take back this, right? And so she owns up to it because it came from, they're going to do let's see what device this came from. Okay, this was sent directly from your device, which was in your possession at the time, and it ended, this message was sent directly to the bodyguard. Help, Tory shot Meg. Within 5 minutes of the shooting, this is what was sent from her to the bodyguard. She said it was based on assumptions. I was just assuming that Tory might have shot her. I didn't really know if it really was. But they said Tory was in, unless this is another bodyguard, because it was Meg, her bestie, Tory, and his bodyguard that were in the SUV. So why would she have to text his bodyguard to say, help, Tory shot Meg, if they're all riding in the same SUV? Another thing that Tory said that I'm looking at, and I've heard Megan Thee Stallion's story, the part where she got out and was walking and then she got shot. She then went back into the SUV and was bleeding in the SUV. So he's up there now trying to defend himself. He's saying, I just want y'all to think for a minute. A guy's raving around a gun at you. Y'all are arguing. Everybody is mad. You got out of a vehicle and he just shoot up your feet, right? Shot like 5 shots at you, shoot you in your feet. And then you get back into the SUV with the same guy. You didn't try to go get some help. You didn't refuse to go in the SUV. You went back in there with the same guy. I don't know, man. Maybe she thought you would have shot her in the head or shot her in the back if she decided to run off and she was scared, so she came back in the SUV hoping you wouldn't have killed her. I don't know. I'm on this one, I'm really not taking no sides. It looked bad for Tory, regardless of however you take it, right? But Harris did own up to sending that message within 5 minutes of the shooting. Help, Tory shot Meg, 911. Now, despite repeatedly asking Tay to repeat questions and say she was zoning out, because that's what she was doing on the stand. She was saying, could you repeat that, please? And she kept doing like this. Could you repeat that again, please? Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that one more time? Because I'm not understanding. I'm sorry. I'm zoning out. I'm going through a lot right now. I told you I'm going through a lot right now. Yeah, I'm going through a lot right now, and I'm zoning out. That's exactly what she said. I'm zoning out. Could you repeat that again, please? So despite her saying, could you repeat that again, please, on the witness stand, Harris was adamant that she herself never touched that gun. So it was preposterous for the defense to claim she was the one that opened fire on Meg, because they asked her, okay, since you can't remember anything, let's just put it like this. Were you the one that pulled the trigger and shot your bestie? She goes, that's ridiculous. That's preposterous. That's crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Harris testified in a courtroom in downtown Los Angeles a day after Megan told jurors that she saw Tory Lanez pointing a gun at her and fired it. I was looking at him. I seen him. He picked the gun up. He pointed it at me. He fired it. Tory shot me. Harris was expected to be a key witness in this high-profile case because she is the only other close proximity witness to the event leading up to the shooting, who confirmed to testify at the trial beyond Megan herself. Now, during opening statements, prosecutors said that she would cooperate or she would corroborate the claims that Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was the trigger man. This is before she went up there to testify. Prosecutors thought they had her in the bag as their key witness. So when she got up there, she forgot everything. The prosecutor's key witness forgot everything. She was considered a wild card ahead of the trial because she was notably tight-lipped over the last 2 years, and she has become estranged from Megan. This would have made her a good person to be a part of the prosecution, right? They're no longer friends. You know, when friendship goes sour, people start telling all secrets and stuff and all that other stuff. All right. They were banking on her, Megan Bestie, being able to bring the case home for them. And she got up there and forgot everything. That's the bombshell. I don't remember nothing. I'm zoning out. I'm going through a lot right now. Falling asleep up here on the stand. Could you repeat that again, please? The bodyguard gave count of what took place 2 years ago, but went silent since and said that Kelsey had the gun and Tory was trying to grab it. Okay, that's the part that's important too. Gunshot residue was found on both of them. It was found on Tory and it was found on Kelsey, gunshot residue. Now, a ballistic scientist has come forward and said, if you're in close proximity and somebody fires a gun and you're like close to them, then the gunshot residue could be on you as well. So either she was really close to Tory when he fired the gun, or Tory was really close to her when he fired the gun. But that part about her having the gun and Tory trying to take the gun from her, multiple shots were let off at Megan's feet. So if somebody's trying to take a gun from you, then multiple shots wouldn't go in one place right there at her feet. You know what I'm saying? It would, or maybe she did try to kill Megan that night there, and Tory ended up turning the gun down. You see what's happening here? The lawyers are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Wrong or right, the lawyers are causing doubt. So now everybody is like, all they need to walk away from this is reasonable doubt. Are we 100% sure that Mr. Daystar Peterson, otherwise known as Tory Lanez, picked up that gun, aimed it at, and shot Megan Thee Stallion in her feet? And the jury is going to come back and say, other than her saying it, everything else is sketchy from all the people that were involved in this situation. So we can't say 100%. Gunshot residue was found on her too. We can't say 100%. Maybe it was her that did it and not really him. We move for an acquittal, Your Honor. That's where this is heading. Tory put out a message and Tory said, when this is all over with, y'all will see. And after this, don't you dare ever question the God that I serve ever again. He must know something when me no know. As far as I see right now, his head is in the noose. So any slip him slip is a hangman. That's what I see. True, they said 3 shots were fired and a pause before 2 more shots, equaling 5 shots in total. Exactly, main one. So and all those shots were fired on the ground around her feet, some hitting her feet. So if doing all that, plus somebody trying to take the gun away from you, the shot pair group wouldn't be so controlled, especially with a pause and more shot being fired. But they'll work it out in court. Again, I wish the whole of them the best. If Tory is wrong, then may he be wrong and justice be served. It's messed up. But if he's not wrong, then may he walk on this and may the truth come out. That's all I'm saying. I'm staying neutral. I'm taking all the entertainment out of it and then moving along. With that said, here we are on this beautiful weekend. Go out there and enjoy yourself. Soak up some sun. Those who still have sun, if it's cold outside, dress warm, hush. Summer soon come again, right? Just like these Fridays keep coming. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up. Manners and respect, love and honor to each and every one of you. I'll catch you later. All right? I got a lot of running around to do, but I'm going to stay in touch. One love. Peace.